There was a father, and this father, he had a desire for a son. He had a craving for a son. He wanted to love a child, spend time with a child, teach a child, have a unity and a union with a child. But sadly, he was not fortunate to have that child. Our Katha tonight speaks about who this child was and the happiness this child brought to his father, the sacrifices that were made, the compromises that were made, and how Bhagwan Shivji played a very crucial role in this. There once lived a sage by the name of Mrikandu. And Mrikandu, he had a desire, together with his Dulahin, to have a son. He had a desire to have a child that will bring love, happiness, joy to his life. This sage, he had everything besides the son. And he wanted to spend time with a child, to love a child, to adore a child, to teach. He wanted to be there with someone to teach, to sing, to help chant mantras, to do puja, to do worship. He wanted to have a son who he can guide, who he can encourage, who he can motivate, who he can uplift. He wanted a child who can come into his life and bring that joy, bring that happiness, bring that peace, and fill that void that was missing. So, in order to have this son, his Dulahin and himself, they decided to do penance. And they went and they sat with love and they sat with devotion. Amrakandu just meditated his mind, filled with love, filled with devotion, filled with confidence and faith. And it is said, he prayed for 21,000 years. 21,000 years, Mrikandu sat and did worship. And devotees, it is said, his worship was so intense, his penance was so brilliant, so positive, that after those 21,000 years, Brahmadev manifested before him. And when Brahmadev manifested, Brahmadev asked him, he said, Mrikandu, never before have I seen such severe penance. Never before have I seen someone pray with so much love, pray with so much devotion. Ask for whatever it is you desire, and I will give it to you. Mrikandu, hearing the words of Brahmadev, tears came to his eyes. And he said, oh Brahmadev, all I want, all I wish for, all I desire is to have the greatest gift in this world. All I want is to have a son. A smiling child, a happy child is worth more than anything else in this world. And that is my wish, O Brahmadev. Please bless me with a child. Please bless me with a son. And Brahmadev said, Mrikandu, if this is your wish and this is a desire, then so shall it be. Tatastu. So shall it be. However, I want to ask you something, Mrikandu. You can either have one of these. You can have a son that has a long life, but is filled with arrogance and filled with greed and anger, who will be filled with a hamkar. A son who can have a long life, but will be the furthest thing from divine. A son who will have a long life, but will be the furthest thing from righteous. He will have a very horrible behavior, terrible behavior. He will only bring shame to your name. A son that will not respect or will not love or appreciate whatever it is you do for him. Or you can have a son who has a very short lifespan, but this son will be filled with love and devotion. This son will be the definition of divinity, the definition of devotion. This son will appreciate everything you and your Dulahin does for him. Choose, Mrikandu. Do you want a son with a long lifespan, who you will have with you, but who will be arrogant and who will be ill-behaved and never appreciate what you all do for him? Or do you want a son with a short lifespan, who will be fully well-behaved, who will be so divine and beautiful and wonderful, amazing, so auspicious, but you will only have him for a short space of time? Which one do you want? So Mrikandu looked at Brahmadev and he said, Brahmadev, I rather have a son who has a short lifespan. I rather have a son that will give me love and I can give love to. I rather have a son that is filled with devotion, that is filled with divinity, that is auspicious. I don't want a child that will throw things in my face. I don't want a child that one problem he is ready to leave and quit on me. I don't want a child that will ill-treat me and my dulahin. I want a child who I can love, who I can nurture, who can be my best friend, O Brahmadev. Therefore, Brahmadev, bless me with that child that has a short lifespan. Bless me with that child who is so divine, who is so beautiful. Brahmadev looks at Mrikandu and he says, Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya.
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 Brahmadev looks at Mrikandu and he says, Mrikandu, O great sage, if your wish is to have a son with a short lifespan, but a son who is so beautiful and so divine and so noble and so auspicious, then I bless you to have a child like that. I promise you that this child will bring happiness. I promise you that this child will bring joy. I promise you this child will be your best friend. He will be so divine, so beautiful, so rich in knowledge, O Mrikandu, that you will love him, you will adore him, you will treasure him. Your son will be named Markandeya. Worship him, love him, appreciate him. With those words, my dear devotees, Mrikandu, tears in his eyes. He couldn't wait until that time where his beautiful child is about to be born. He prays to Brahmadev and he goes back to his dulahin and he says, Oh Devi, my wish, my dream, our dream is about to be fulfilled. We are about to have a son that is filled with love. We are about to have a son that is filled with devotion. We are about to have a son that will be our best friend, bring happiness and joy. The only thing is that he will only live for a short space of time. But in that short space of time, we will love him, we will adore him, we will treasure him, we will cherish him, we will make him the best version of himself. With those words, my dear devotees, Mrikandu and his dulhin, they hugged each other as they started to cry, as we clap, as we sing, as we listen to what takes place. Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. 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 Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya.